Hi, boys and girls. Welcome back to Read Aloud. So, last time we met, we read that Huey got this fig tree for his birthday, right? And he was wondering why was his father giving him a fig tree for his birthday. Then he realized that his father said to him, Julian, this fig tree will grow as fast as you grow. So, as intrigued or excited Julian became, he realized that if he ate the leaves of the fig tree, he grew, right? And even though the leaves didn't taste so good, he was pretty sure that they would make him grow. So today we're going to continue to read the chapter because of figs to find out what happens next. All right, here we go. It worked. I stayed taller than Huey. I got taller than my fig tree. And every time my tree got new leaves, I saw them and ate them. So in Julian's mind, he's thinking that these fig tree leaves actually makes him grow. And when nobody was looking, I did a growing dance. If you don't like this fig tree, just tell me, I'll say. The fig tree never said a word. So we know that Julian enjoys talking to plants because in the last chapter, Our Garden, he realized that the plants grew because he started talking to them. So now he thinks that the fig tree would also grow the more he talks to him. The more he talks to it. The fig tree never said a word. After a year, my father looked at my fig tree. It's a nice tree, little tree, he said, but it isn't growing. And he started putting fertilizer on my tree and he looked at it more often. But when my new leaves showed, I saw them first. And I wanted to get taller, so I ate them. Another whole year went by. So he has this fig tree for a very long time. My mark on the bottom wall went up 3 inches. I was 4 inches taller than Huey. And my arm muscle was twice as big as his. The fig tree hadn't grown at all. Fig tree, I said, when I took its new leaves, I'm sorry, but I want to grow tall. So now he's feeling bad for the fig tree because he's realizing, hey, I'm eating all its leaves and it's not growing. But in essence, Julian wants to grow tall. So he's going to continue to eat the fig tree leaves, right? And the fig tree didn't say a word. One day my father was in the garden. He walked over to my fig tree. Julian, he said, something is the matter with your tree. It hasn't grown. It hasn't grown at all. Really? I said. I didn't want to look at my father. I didn't look at my fig tree either. So here, I think we should jot. What do you think? Yeah. I feel that Julian doesn't want to admit that his fig tree isn't growing. Julian does not want to admit that his fig tree isn't growing because he keeps eating its leaves. Dad does not know this, right? That's an important jot, so I'll leave it right here. Now, let's continue to read. Really, I said, I didn't look at my father. I didn't look at my fig tree either. Do you have any idea what could be wrong? My father asked. I looked straight at my feet. I crossed my toes inside my shoes. Oh no, I think that tree's just plain no good. We'll pull it out of the ground and get another one. Oh no, don't do that, I begged. Julian, my father said, do you know something about this tree that I don't know? So here, Julian continues to be a fibber, right? Julian continues to be a fibber. He doesn't want to tell his father the actual truth about why the fig tree may not be growing. Yes, very important, right? Let's continue to read. I didn't say anything, and I was glad, very glad that the fig tree didn't say a word. Finally, I said, "It's my tree. Give it one more chance." "No," waiting around, my father said. His hand was around the tree trunk of my tree. "Please," I said. My father's hand relaxed. "After all, it is your tree," he said. "Just tell me when you want another one." All afternoon, I couldn't think of anything but all the little fig leaves I'd eaten. I was pretty sure I knew why the fig tree didn't grow. At bedtime, I couldn't sleep, and when Huey went to sleep, I got up and sneaked outside to my fig tree. I told God I knew that the fig leaves belonged to the fig tree. I told the fig tree I was sorry, and I promised I would never eat its leaves again. The fig tree didn't say a word, but the next week it got 2 new leaves and kept them. That night I went to bed happy, and I dreamed a good dream. My fig tree was higher than the house. I was almost as tall as my dad, and there were big figs, juicy figs, sweet figs falling all over the lawn. All right, so I want you to think for a moment. What happened in this chapter? Fig tree. And is Julian's trait still the same? I'll give you about 2 minutes to think about that question. One more minute. Right. All right. So let's think about this. And I'm going to jot because I feel like this is very important. So we're going to do an end of chapter jot. And let's summarize what happened in the end in this entire story. So Julian gets a fig tree for his 4th birthday. He plants and takes good care of the fig tree, and it starts to grow leaves. Julian is feeling excited about his growing tree. But then he gets upset that he is not growing as fast or as tall as the fig tree. So what does he decide to do? Yes, Julian decides to eat the leaves of the fig tree to help him grow. He talks to the fig tree, but realizes that the fig tree is not growing as fast or as tall as himself. Julian's father thinks it is time to get a new fig tree, right? But Julian does not agree, and he encourages or persuades his dad not to take the fig tree away. Julian decides to stop eating the tree's leaves and hopes the tree will grow big with lots of figs. Yes, very important. So this is exactly what happened in this entire chapter. So at the end, Julian is like super excited and happy that his father didn't take away the fig tree. And he's also excited and happy that he grew, even though the fig tree wasn't growing. But he did hope that eventually, if he stops eating the leaves, the fig tree will grow. Wow. So here he's at first he was a little selfish, but then he started to care a little bit more about the fig tree, right? And not so much about himself. Alrighty. Thank you for joining and read aloud. See you on Monday. Have a good day. Bye.